ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Cubs fam, for another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And I need some help with today's video. I have recruited. You guys get 2 days in a row. This is an official episode of Rogue Actions. We'll call it bonus actions. How about that? What's up, Urza?
I'm taking over the Cubs fam. That's what I'm doing.
You're just gonna be here every day now? Is that how this is?
You need me.
Man, are you exhausted with what's going on?
I'm a little bit exhausted, Cubs.
It's funny. So we were talking right before we started recording. We do not now. Tell me if you agree with me here, Urza. But I do not think that the devs taking away the old test accounts from the Game Changers today has anything to do with our video that we posted. But the timing of it was pretty funny.
No, that has nothing to do with it. You know what has everything to do with it in my mind?
I was going to ask you, so tell us.
Pretty much the entire community shitting on their event and making fun of rock, paper, scissors. And they probably took one look at everybody that was streaming their event.
Yeah.
And they're like, those jerks, take it all back.
Yeah.
That's
and
what I'm guessing.
How many people were streaming the event from those test accounts? I know I was one of them. I know Arnold was doing it. I think DB was DB doing it too. From
I'm pretty sure he may have been. I know Mobile was. I saw Mobile. I don't know if he did the event, but he was doing testing.
Yeah, and so you really think that's what they're that butthurt? We need to include them on the butthurt segment on my Twitch streams about the reaction to their event that they would take the test accounts away. Now, I want to try to be a little optimistic here because in the dev chat, which I won't show screenshots of, but they did say that they intend to do some kind of reboot of the program. They're not just closing the test accounts. This is something I think is intriguing. They're also closing their Discord server with us, which was pretty worthless as was, but this is now officially closing any interaction any of the content creators have with the devs at all, or the option to communicate. So do you buy that, or do you think that they maybe intend to do that, or some people intend to do that, or do you think that it's just hot air?
Here's my thing, man. If they're looking to reboot something down the road, they may very well do that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why go through the effort of closing those accounts right now, unless they're just trying to get inventory on the whole system and what's going on? I just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
The timing just feels weird, right? It wasn't like they did this a week ago or 2 weeks ago prior to the Ray event.
Yeah.
They did it right now. And everybody has been negative about their event. And so if you're paying attention, wouldn't you think to yourself, oh, we can't pull these accounts right now because then we look petty, right? We look like we're vindictive and just jerks. So
yeah,
that's how I look at it. I'm like, they've had 4 months to talk to us and say, hey, this stuff is going away. They haven't talked to us, and then all of a sudden their event bombs and everything gets yanked back. So it's a bad look for those guys.
And it's just something I always laugh about with CG, and regardless of how positive or negative I am, I just always chuckle at their inability to like realize when they need to stop making bad moves, if that makes sense. Like it's been this quarter, it's been bad move after bad move after bad move, and pulling the test accounts. Well, like I love what you said.
We're not even out of the month yet. We're not even out of the month. As we're recording this right now, we still have some time left. The quarter's not even over yet. What else could happen?
Well, why? I just don't understand why now. How do they expect the community would react to this? If that makes sense. So I don't know. Maybe they are trying to reboot it. I don't know.
Maybe in their mind, they thought when they killed the program back a year ago.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're not going to support those accounts. They can't do anything with them, so just let them fester, right?
Yeah.
And here you guys are. I mean, truth be told, I had a test account, probably like 30 million credits on that thing, or 30 million crystals. And like, I just, the amount of time it would have taken to level that thing up, it was not worth it.
It wasn't worth the effort. Yeah.
It wasn't worth the effort. If I was full time, like you Cubs doing YouTube full time, absolutely 100% worth the effort. But we always had a relationship where if I needed to use your test account, you always offered. So there was no reason for me to do that.
Yeah.
I just, I think they were operating on the assumption that they killed those test accounts and they were going to be useless for us. And here you guys go. You guys were making them useful, doing stuff with them.
Here's a question I have for you, Urza. How does us having a test account that they're completely hands off, okay? Like, this is why I felt like they left the test accounts there, because they're just like normal accounts to them, basically. They don't have to do anything to maintain them. They've got them off the public server, so they're not impacting everything else. All they've got to do is have some algorithm in place that'll give them a ping if we decide to join a real guild at some point. So how would these accounts hurt them in any way? Because what is it doing? We're making videos on their game. We're doing more videos on their game, showing stuff with their accounts.
I mean, if I'm CG, Mr. CG guy, and there's the thing that came out with Palp being able to do some stuff against a Ray team. Yeah. I mean, I guess that just invalidates all the testing that you say you do. And the community was able to figure that out in a day and a half of people actually getting Ray. So, I mean, that's the only thing on my mind that I could say, well, they make us look bad every time because they're smarter than us and we don't do a good job.
Well, you know what's funny about that, though, is every time for me, when we've had like a counter come out, I don't figure it out. And none of the game changers figure it out. Yeah, right? Somebody figures it out and tells us about it, and then we go to the test accounts to test it, right? And so this doesn't change that even. It just changes our ability to prove or so, like, for example, I had a Palpatine comp that came across to me. It was Palpatine with Nihilus, Thrawn, Bastila, and Darth Revan, right?
Okay. Yep.
Great team. And it was able to go up against Ray. And here's what I got the footage. I thought, oh my gosh, this is a free-to-play counter. This is amazing. And then I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't share this because then it'll get nerfed. I don't want to see Papa Palps get nerfed again. So I went to the test account to test it. And what happened when I tested it is I realized, oh, in this footage, that Finn is way too slow. Because there's no way that Darth Revan should ever be beating Finn out the gate. And so I, through testing, realized this counter is incredibly impractical. And so the test accounts actually helped prove that counter wasn't very viable. So I don't know, man. I just don't see how this hurts. It's just, is it anything other than pride and just being butthurt? Like, what else is this? What else could it even be?
I mean, it absolutely feels like their ego got bruised a little bit. And maybe John Solera, he's still around, right? Maybe John Solera.
I don't know who's around, man. For all I know, it's just one person over there at this point. I don't know.
Right. I mean, we all assume it's just Top Hat. Mark Dickinson doesn't do anything. So it could be, but I'm pretty sure John Solera is still a senior guy. Maybe John Solera gave Top Hat a little bit of leeway for the last quarter, and then people are dumping on his event, and he goes and picks up the pieces of what all the YouTubers are saying and what the community sentiment is. And then maybe Top Hat got railed on and was just like, well, F those guys. I'm gonna pull it all back from him.
So do you think
what it makes it look like?
This is I'm curious to hear your take on this because I have an opinion on this. Do you feel like when the community is negative about something, that the devs take it as that's our fault, the game changers, the content creators?
So here's the thing, guys. There's this little thing called Reddit. Reddit hates YouTubers. They hate us
with a passion. Okay, there was a whole thread about our video today, and I swear, like, a good solid percentage of that thread was just dumping on me. And I was like, "Gee, thanks, guys." I just bowed out. So they hate us.
They hate us.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Like, if you want negativity, it starts on Reddit, and sure, it could make its way to YouTube and YouTubers, and we amplify what the message is. But it's not just us with the test accounts being negative. It's their shitty product and sorry, my language, Cubs, but it's their lack of testing.
Cubs fan
and their
forgives
bad
you.
And the lack of testing and the bad product. I mean, Mobile Gamer put a tweet out today, and he was just like, I don't know if it was a tweet. No, he said this on a live stream tonight.
Yeah.
He was like, basically, if you make a good movie, the critics, you don't worry about what the critics say.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of sentiment here. If you make a good game, you don't worry about what the YouTubers say. And that is it, right? Like, just care about your product. Don't bet on a classic game of rock, paper, scissors to excite people.
I
right?
know. Yeah, it would really show a if I'm at CG right now, I feel like I've got to be watching the criticism for this event going, you know what? They're right. I don't see, like, it's one of those things where I feel like it's not even subjective almost. It's just like objectively a bad event. Now I'm big on opinions and everything. Like it is subjective, but it's so far gone. I don't know how anyone actually looks at this at CG and goes, man, woo, way to go,
They're
team.
too proud,
We nailed
man.
it.
They're too damn proud to admit they're wrong.
And then
it's like
to
pulling
retaliate
teeth.
on the content creators for the game, it shows you
Right.
that their frustration is misplaced, because while we will voice our opinions and do so strongly, the community isn't pissed about this event because we went in front of a camera and told them to be. We could have said nothing.
Right.
If we went on and were positive about this event, we would be getting destroyed by this community right now. That's not why we're negative about it. We're just being honest. But like, it's just, I can't, even the most positive people I know in this game aren't positive about this event.
Let me ask you a question, Cubs. What do we got to do? Okay, let's just say maybe it is what they say.
Okay.
And let's just play both sides here.
Okay.
What would this new reevaluation of the program, and let's say they roll something out down the road? Here's my thing. The test accounts they just got rid of weren't even the good test accounts. Good test accounts were from a year ago.
Yeah.
And you could import an ally code. And what was wrong with that? Well, nothing was wrong with that. They just wanted to stick it to us back then, too.
Well, okay, I love your question, because tell me, Urza, in the spirit of our video today, when was the last time you remember Capital Games telling us about a new iteration of the program?
Back then.
When Marvel Strike Force hit. What game just launched?
The new, isn't there a new Disney game that came
A new
out?
Disney Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which I am absolutely going to cover. In fact, I'm going to release a video later today, Cubs fam, on this game.
Are there Star Wars characters in that game?
Not yet, but it is it's Disney Light, so I'm sure anything Disney is going to be fair game. And the animations are great. The gameplay seems great. It's a good, solid studio, great IP. I don't know. Maybe this has. So you know what would not surprise me one bit is if they came back to us and said, "All right, here's the program, here's the rules, no competitors." Wouldn't surprise me, because that's what they tried to pull that on us once before. That was the last time I heard them say, "We're coming up with a new version of the program that's going to be better." And the condition of this new program was exactly what we talked about in our video together yesterday, in Rogue Actions yesterday. And the condition was clear, explicitly stated. Even though they would never say Marvel Strike Force, they just said competitors.
Yeah, I'm trying. They may have said it over a call.
Do you think they did say Marvel Strike? Maybe they did over a call. I just remember.
I think they did.
I remember
over a
I
call.
tried so hard to get them to say the name, and they wouldn't say it.
I think they said it one time.
Okay, one time. All right, I must have been gone for that.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So that's, I mean, I don't know. I would love it if what they're saying is true, and that there's no conditions, because I don't think you or I or anyone in that program is going to be dumb enough to fall for that again. But at the end of the day, when we boil it down to what they did today, taking the test counts away, yesterday, by the time you guys see this, I'll post this in the morning. The biggest thing that I scratch my head over is, if you go back and look at almost every video that we made with test accounts, we made negative videos, right? We'll make negative videos when news posts come out that we don't like, or when they make moves that are frustrating and the like. But almost every single video that was ever made with a test account was inherently positive about this game. I mean, I was doing tournament videos. Was I ripping on the game during tournament videos?
When I had my test account, Cubs, all I did was I would take requests from the community and I would test those things and make a video out of it. I would do my comedy series, the versus the meta, to set up weird matchups and fun matchups, just like similar to your tournament series.
Yeah.
And I would test theory crafts and do a bunch of weird stuff.
It was nothing but good for this game, good for this community, good for Capital Games for us to have those accounts.
Yep.
So joke's on you, CG, Because you know what? Urza's doing fine without a test account over here. I'm doing fine without a test account over here. The only videos I had to have it for was my tournament videos, and I'm not even doing those very much anymore. Arnold's going to be just fine because he's spending $1 million on this game now. Mobile Gamer's going to be fine, so you don't even hurt us by doing this. Yeah. You hurt yourself. That's all you're doing. You're only hurting yourself. So I'm legit not even mad about it. I'm actually amused that they did that. I'm actually just amused by it because it doesn't hurt us. It only hurts them.
Yeah, and I guess when they gave me that test account, I said, like,
cool.
This is a shell of what it used to be. So why am I even wasting my time with
Wait,
this?
they gave you that account after the old ones?
Yes, I didn't have the original badge.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it was so worthless to me. Was because it was.
You had already tasted the fruit, man. You weren't going back. Yeah, those old test accounts were even better for the game, and so I don't get it. I mean, Capital Games, if you want to give us test accounts, you don't want to give us test accounts. I really don't care because I'm going to cover this game just fine without. I just feel like it's in their interest way more than it is ours. So you're shooting yourselves in the foot on this one. But maybe they are, maybe they're just, they said they need to, reboot everything. And I don't know why going through the trouble of closing these accounts down has anything to do with that. But if it does, and it's going to be better, sure. Great. Sign me up.
Let me just say something.
Say it.
Top Hat, if you're watching.
Oh, here, hold on. We got to go full screen. We got to go full screen for this. Here we go. Full screeners.
Top Hat, if you're watching, brother, we like Star Wars. We actually like your game, and it's real simple. Just be kind to us, treat us like normal human beings and not like animals, and we'll gladly just do our best to cover your game and just make a good product, and it won't matter.
We're not animals. Matters. Yeah. I told, so recently I talked to one of the devs and I said, look, you know what? I don't like this no communication stuff. Because of this no communication, it gets challenging, in my opinion, to be positive, Because we just got to make up our own theory of why they're doing stuff that just talk to us. I told them. I said, just talk to us. We would love to talk to you again. I would love to move past this. I'd love to work this relationship out. I always feel this way. I want to have a good relationship with the studio. But they don't want to have a relationship.
No. So it's impossible to be positive about that.
And we can't be in a relationship with the studio without being critical here and there. Like, it's just the nature of what we do. It's like a movie director having a relationship with critics and asking them not to critique his film. Going on the Mobile Gamer thing. Like, they just got to be okay with that. But having this working relationship only benefits us. So, but they don't see it that way, obviously.
No.
So, well, Urza, tell me if this is a fair statement. I know we got to wrap up. You got to get going. But if CG extended an arm and wanted to have a working relationship with us again, how would you feel about that?
Well, that's a difficult question, Cubs, because I mean, the game feels like it's a very sad place right now.
Yeah.
But it is still the game that my channel was built on. And the majority of my viewers want to still play the game and want to see content in that game. So I would gladly have a conversation with them, assuming they treated us like human beings and not like kids with microphones.
That is exactly how I feel. Well, hopefully that happens one day. I don't have confidence that it will, but I would love to see it happen. Urza, thank you so much for coming on for this video. I know you just got done with the long stream, and I was begging. I'm like, we got to have a chat about this, so I really appreciate it. The Cubs fam appreciates it. So any final words to the Cubs fam?
You guys, positivity was hopefully is coming soon, so let's just hang in there.
We don't like negative videos. We don't like it.
Negative things happen. We got to react, buddy.
How do we be positive about this? It's our last tie to CG. Woo! We're free completely now. I don't know. All right. I'm going to roll the outro, guys. Have a great day.